I present me being silly or being political or talking about Bitcoin or sharing videos of my 3-year-old granddaughter who I love immensely. But today, I've got to say how hurt I am, my daughter is, all of our family is, by this horrible disease, multiple sclerosis, and she also has lupus, which often comes with it, that robs so much of who she is, who she can be, who she wants to be, who in her heart she knows she needs to be. I'm going to give you an example because this is a shining example of what is wrong with her having this. By the way, multiple sclerosis, we'll deal with that more because I understand that more than I understand lupus. I've only had one other friend that had lupus. Multiple sclerosis is lesions that eat away at the lining of nerve cells in her brain and in her spine. I'm not sure what it is to others, but that's what she's suffering with. She's had carpal tunnel when she was 17. She had both wrists operated on. I don't know if this has anything to do with that, but she is a musician. She was practicing heavily on the keyboard, and she also was taking computer science in university. And it caused her to basically not sleep for 8 or 9 months till she had the surgery, and then afterwards. And of course, she had to stop school because she couldn't do the computer science. She had to stop playing music, which was her great love at the time, because her wrists were immobilized. The surgeon said he'd never seen anybody that was, I think she was 17 or 18 when she was diagnosed, with double situation with it. So both of her wrists were operated on, and she recovered. And as soon as she recovered, doctors put her on birth control because she had real bad cramps. Debilitating cramps for it. And some people do, some don't. I've had some girlfriends that had really horrible problems with it, so I was familiar with it. And as her father, and her mom, my ex-wife, stepped in and did a great job of helping all we could, but she's the one going through the pain. And she bled because whatever they put her on wasn't working correctly, and they didn't react quickly. And she bled, basically. She was on a period for 6 months, 7 months. So she was extremely anemic, again, bedridden. So let's say she lost 2.5 years of her life basically being incapacitated from them. And she's a great kid, smart, personable, sweet, no prejudice, just a great human being. And I hope everybody thinks their kid's a great human being too. We all should. So anyway, let's fast forward to 4 years ago. And suddenly she's pregnant. And she's sick. Not pregnant sick, but really sick. They start checking. She had vision issues. Nothing that really seemed to make sense with the pregnancy. And she had real problems walking and no peripheral vision at all. And God bless the doctors at UC Davis. They worked their asses off. And over a period of time, they discovered or determined that she had multiple sclerosis. But she was pregnant. She was early in her pregnancy when they figured it out. And she couldn't take any of the medications she needed without risking the health of the baby. So she refused to take meds, and my granddaughter was born right on time, right on schedule, and immediately she went on the medications. And baby's beautiful and smart, and you'll see her on the videos I put out, so you can see how energetic and full of life she is. Anyway, so my daughter went on medications, and after about a year and a half, they seemed to strike a balance with the medications that was really, truly helping her. She's not who she used to be. She never will be. It's affected her thought process, but she's still a smart girl. She still is a beautiful singer. She's become a incredibly good recording engineer, and she loves movies, and she loves music, and she's a big fan of all kinds of music. I exposed her to a lot because I loved rock and roll and folk music and all. And she's become a devotee of K-pop as well, and formed her own business in 2017. I'm going to say 2018, something like that. No, sorry about that. Yeah, 2018. So, anyways, let's get to what happened recently. Um, I do DoorDash. I was out driving, and she's works in respite, which is somewhat of a nanny type thing. She's got a 4-year-old client who's ADHD and has some other things, and she's on the he's on the autism spectrum scale, and she's got another one who's a 15-year-old young girl who is also on the autism spectrum scale, and she absolutely loves taking care of them. She loves both their families. She's been with the 15-year-old girl for, I'm going to say, almost a year now. And just, 3 hours here, 5 hours there, 3 days a week. And the young boy, she seems to be getting more like 3 to 5 hours a day with him, probably 4 days a week. So the other day, she's at um, the girl's house, and she texts me, and she says, "I've got a potential job working as a videographer in San Francisco. I've cleared it with the parents of both of my charges, and I start at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning." Now, this was Tuesday, early in the day. She says, "I've got an Amtrak reservation to get down to San Francisco area. We live in Sacramento, so it's about a 2.5 hour drive, 2 hour drive, and probably more like a 3 hour Amtrak ride. And they start at 7 o'clock. I get in the area about 6:30. I ought to be able to make it. They said I could be a little late if I had to be. Um, and the pay was, what the pay goes for. So it wasn't an incredible amount of money, but it was okay. It was good. And the main thing, she wanted to be able to have the credits for it, and be able to use it on her resume. She's on Backstage, and she does some other work sites where they find you jobs and things. So anyway, all was set. We needed to go out and buy a camera for her because she didn't like what she had. But she found a used one for a couple $100, and it was going to still allow the job experience, which was supposed to be 5 days, 4 or 5, 6 days, something like that. Movies and movie shoots. They provided an Airbnb, but she was going to sleep on a mattress, which of course isn't really good if you got health disorders like that. But, she understood a mattress or a couch was going to be available. They were paying for the food, so that was good. And it was probably going to be long days, and she knew it. And I supported her. And about 6 o'clock, she called me in a bit of a panic. She was just getting done with her last job of the day for the hospice care, or not hospice, for her care of the kids. And she said, I just got the call sheet and I've got to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. There's no trains that will get me there by then. Um, I'm really worried. And I said, well, I can drive down and we can bring the baby with us. The baby, she's 3, she's no baby, but she'll always be our baby. And so at 12:30 on Wednesday night, or Thursday, yeah, Wednesday morning, the 3 of us woke up, and at 2 o'clock we left and drove down to San Francisco. I drove and got there little after 4 o'clock. She had to be there at 5. We hunted up a Starbucks that opened at 4:30 so we could all go to the bathroom, and dropped her off at 2 minutes to 5. And she was just so excited and so happy and thrilled with the opportunity. And she'd applied for something else, basically somewhat of a special effects sound engineer or something, but they already had that. And she said, is there any jobs they have open? I can do a lot of stuff. And she can. She's very, very, very versatile. And they said, we need a videographer. And she says, I can be a videographer. And she has a lot of stuff posted online, and they could see that she knew how to work a camera and understood settings and stuff. So anyway, dropped her off at 5. The baby and I headed back to Sacramento. Of course, Jesse fell asleep in the back as soon as the sun got in our eyes, and I drove on in. We got home at a little before 7, so that was good. And the first day she worked basically from 5 in the morning until, I think she said, like 8 o'clock at night, with a breakfast break and a dinner break. They didn't really have much of a lunch break. I guess they provided sandwiches or something. She's a vegetarian, or should be, I don't know what the term is. She eats fish, and that's it. Other than that, no meat. So anyways, I talked to her Wednesday night, and she was tired, but okay. And talked to her Thursday, and she had a pretty long day. It was really cold in San Francisco, and she was out in it. And the MS is triggered by heat, but sometimes I think maybe a change of cold to heat. So anyways, she got through Thursday okay. She's looking at being done on Sunday or Monday. And so I talked to her this morning, and she was rallying and excited and happy she was doing it. She said she was working very hard, but doing a good job, and they seemed pleased with her work. And it's now 7:30, and about a half hour ago, I got a text from her, and she said, I've been very sick all day. Dizziness, vomiting, everything, okay? And she said, I want to make it through. The movie's got a release. It's going to be in the market, and I want to get the credit for it, and I don't want to let the crew down. And they gave me part of today off, but I want to be available at 10 o'clock tonight to do some videography work because they have an important scene this evening at 10, or, that wraps up at 10. And, but she said, can you please, she says, I was going to take Amtrak home, but as soon as I'm done here on Sunday or Monday, I need you to be here at that moment and pick me up and take me home and take care of me. It's just so hard. It's so hard to see your child going through all that. I mean, I'm 72 years old. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my granddaughter. I'm engaged. I've got a 26-year-old fiance in the Dominican Republic. We've built a 2-bedroom condo on the roof of her parents' house. So I've got plans for my life. But I'm so worried about all she goes through. I'm going to set up a GoFundMe page. I'm buying 2.3 acres in Oregon, which would be perfect for her and my granddaughter and my son-in-law, um, to do work, online work, remote work. He's into a lot of different things. He's a hard worker and he's got talent. My granddaughter will be a star, I'm sure of it. And my daughter, the environment would be perfect for her. So, anyways, I'm going to set up a GoFundMe page. We're probably needing something in the order of it's barren land, 2.3 acres. I train race horses, so we can probably raise some horses up there for some clientele. Probably do some Christmas tree farming. I used to build race cars for a living. I used to race cars for a living. I'm pretty talented with my hands, so this winter or next spring, I'll go over to the Dominican Republic. We'll get married, and hopefully we'll come back here and help them build Oregon before we go back there and live permanently in the Dominican Republic. But anyways, I just wanted to vent. I just wanted basically some sympathy, probably, and to tell my story. I'll continue on. I'll let you know how things are going tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and until she's safe at home. And then we'll set up the GoFundMe page. And I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of needs. And I know it's going to be a long process to fundraise. I have no idea. We're probably looking between $60,000 and $100,000 to do the deal. We'll keep working and supporting it ourselves. But if any of you can help, if any of you can spread the word, anything will help. We'll be happy to accept anything, and we'll be grateful for anything. We don't have a lot of family that's rich that can really take care of the expenses. We want to do it with people that are interested in our story, and I promise you, my fiance, my future wife, and I will give you plenty of content from the Dominican Republic. My daughter and my granddaughter will provide plenty of content here stateside. And of course, the construction of the farm will be documented, and I think it'll be pretty exciting. So if you can be part of it, we'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time and interest. Please share this. Please subscribe. Please comment. Remember, even a bad comment helps the algorithm. And we make a few dollars from YouTube. This is a monetized channel. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.